Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome. The palace was so shocked as Igbi, went on her knee, begging everyone beggable, begging Ebony, everyone, gospel, everyone, trying to, bring them together for them to go beg, the jewel, that she is exhausted, that she is, giving up, like, yes, that the jewel has won. Let the jewel win, that she is not, going that route again. She is tired. That her mental health is at stake. Everything is at stake. She's not ready to fight anymore. Now, basically, she was canvassing for them to go, come together and beg, the jewel, for everything that has happened, for everything that she has been through, that they need to beg, because with the way that Igbi is saying things, if they don't do this problem will continue, because each time they try to, get a damage control done, the problem escalates. You know that recently, Ebony's family have come and they blame Igbi for everything. They blame her for misleading Ebony, and it was a whole lot. And Igbi said she is not going that trajectory again. Igbi said that she wants different, and she is ready to do whatever it would take for her to get her peace, and she is not doing this, so they don't move her out of the palace. Whether they move her or they leave her, that she is completely exhausted. They say it started quietly in the palace without anyone expecting it. The same woman who had always stood her ground, who had always insisted on her position, suddenly began moving from chamber to chamber. She went to wives, she went to the attendant, she even went to Ebony, who had been her closest ally in recent palace quarrel. With tears in her eyes, she started begging everyone. She begged Ebony to make peace. She begged the others to allow her to step back. And she kept repeating the same word, that she was tired, that she could not fight anymore, that the jewel had already won and she was ready to accept it. She said openly that the whole world was blaming her. The fingers were being pointed at her as the one misleading Ebony, misleading others, and keeping tension alive in the palace. She confessed that she could no longer bear the shame, that she had been pointed as the enemy, and she didn't want that role anymore. With her voice shaking, she told Ebony that it was time to surrender, to stop the battle, and to let the jewel have her rightful place. She said there was no use pretending anymore, that the jewel's presence was too strong, her relevance too obvious, and the great lion's love for her too unshakable. Ebony was torn for the first time. The one who had always pushed her, the one who had always told her to stand firm, was now telling her to let go. She held Ebony's hands and pleaded with her, saying this was the moment to rethink everything. She urged her to make arrangements so they could go together humbly to, the jewel, and beg her to embrace peace forever. She said their fighting had brought nothing but tears and disgrace, and now the palace itself was in shambles because of the constant conflict. The wives who heard this could not believe their ears. They gathered in corners, whispering, asking each other if what they heard was real. Some thought it was a trick. Some thought it was broken. Others simply watched in silence as she kept moving around the palace, repeating the same message, that she had given up, that the jewel had won, that she would no longer stand in her way again. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Dela Ram. I bring you fresh and spicy gist from the source still on the royals. Happy new week to you. I appreciate you guys. This is what is going on. They said Ebony's face carried, Igbi's face carried exhaustion. She was not speaking with pride anymore. She was speaking like someone who had been defeated by truth and by pressure from every side. She reminded Ebony that even outside the palace, in the street, in social circles, in the press, the story was the same. People believed the jewel was the rightful jewel of the great lion, and everyone else was only delaying the inevitable. She said she could not carry that stigma anymore. She said the name, the jewel had become too powerful for anyone to suppress, that even if Ebony swore 8,000 times, the public would never believe, or her over, the jewel. At the point Ebony was shaking, she had always leaned on her, always found strength in Igbi. But now she was hearing surrender. She was hearing a plea to fold everything up and accept the reign of, the jewel. And that was so heartbreaking for Ebony. Going to bring you more update. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and shouldn't be seen as fact.